So today, we're going to be incorporating everything we've done this week into one workout. So the first thing we did this week was body weight training, and we're going to be using that in our warm-up. The second thing we did this week was push-pull lower circuits. So we're going to do a push-pull lower circuit to really work out our strength, to build our strength. We're going to be working with lower rep ranges there and heavier weights. Then after that, we're going to be doing cardio acceleration, and at this point of the workout, we want to start getting our heart rate up. And then the last thing we're going to do is Tabata Circuit. And we're going to be doing this to really finish off our workout with something really high intensity, something to leave us sweating at the end of our workout. Then of course after that, we're going to cool down. So let's get started, and it's going to be a tough one, so hang in there. So the first thing we're going to be doing is a body weight warm-up consisting of the push-up and the squat, and we're going to be doing each for about 15 reps for a total of 3 sets. So I'm doing the push-ups supporting my full weight, but if you need to modify the push-ups so that you're on your knees, if that's what you need to do to get good form, then go ahead. The main thing we want to make sure we're doing is that we're bringing our elbows to 90 degrees, so we're really activating the chest. Going lower than 90 degrees will just put unnecessary strain on your shoulder, so don't do that. And right after, we're going to do body weight squats. And I like to put my hands high, as you can see, just because I find it helps me maintain a more neutral spine alignment, as I kind of find that my spine curves a little bit when my hands are placed on my shoulders or, above my head. So this is how I find them most comfortable. And while I'm going 90 degrees, that may not be necessary if you have knee pain or if you have trouble with the form. So now we're moving on to more strength-based work, and we're going to be doing push-pull lower circuits. And specifically, we're going to do the incline dumbbell bench press, the low cable row, and the walking lunge. So similar to the push-up, we're going to be bringing our elbows to about a 90-degree angle, maybe a little further if that's what you need to feel a stretch in your chest. But the main thing we're looking for is that stretch before pressing back up. And as always, making sure you're breathing in and out. So right after the bench press, we're going to start doing our cable low rows. And here, I really like to focus on the return of the bar. I like to keep my body controlled, or keep my range of motion controlled, to really get a contraction of my back. So rather than just letting the weight throw me forward, I'm really controlling it there. And to top off our push-pull lower circuit, we're going to throw in that lower body movement. And the lower body movement we're doing is walking lunge for 6 to 10 reps on each leg. Now, typically people recommend not to allow the knee to touch the ground. However, if it feels more natural to get a little tap, it isn't the end of the world, as I do that sometimes as well. Now we're going to start getting our heart rate up with some cardio acceleration, and we're going to do some PYTs and jump squats. So the PYT is actually a combination movement, and it basically combines a lateral raise right here, more of a diagonal raise, and then a traditional front raise. And it's called the PYT because the shape of your arms kind of form a P. So that's a P, that would be a T, and that would be a Y. So I'm kind of doing these out of order. I'm doing more TYPs, but you get the idea. Alright, and now we're going to perform jump squats. And for me at least, this movement is very demanding, and it definitely gets my heart rate very high. So for me, 30 seconds is enough. So if you find that you're considerably tired and your heart rate is very high at 15-20 seconds, you can cut it off there. Or if you're better than I am at the movement, go until 60 seconds. So now we're going to finish off our workout by really bringing our heart rate high, and we're going to do that by doing a Tabata circuit. So we're going to be doing Tabata on the battle rope, and just as a reminder, Tabata is when you perform 20 seconds of all-out activity immediately followed by 10 seconds of rest, and you repeat this high intensity and low intensity alternating bounce. You repeat this 8 times total for a total of 4 minutes. So here I'm resting, and I'm fast forwarding just because it can get a little boring to watch the full duration, and really going as hard as I can for 20 seconds. And then during my 10 seconds of rest, really making sure I'm breathing, getting the oxygen back in. And once again, repeating this for a total of 4 minutes. So we just finished that workout. It was a pretty good one. And now I'm cooling down on the treadmill over here, doing some cardio. So the reason I'm not doing it outside today is because it's pretty cold out. So I'm just working around that, working out in here. And it was a really intense workout, and it was good to put everything we've learned this week into one workout to really get the most out of it. So now that we're done with this week, we're gonna take 2 rest days. And on each of these 2 rest days, we're gonna talk about it's going to be more informational. So we're going to talk about the importance of diet, and we're going to talk about the importance of cardio and how there are so many different ways to get cardio. So it's definitely going to be very informational, and hopefully you can learn something from it. Then after that, next week, we're going to get back to training. We're going to get back to the gym, except this time we're not going to be doing total body workouts. We're going to be doing split workouts. So we're going to learn how to isolate different muscles of the body, such as the chest, the back, the arms, the legs, and the abs. And with this information, by the end of the 2-week trainer, you should be able to put your own workouts together and really get started and get towards achieving your fitness goals. So I'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be an informational video. Take it easy and rest.